saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to...
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Penix to the air right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And look at this defense for the Vikings. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And looking to throw, Penix to the right side and complete to Washington. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. On the bootleg, it's Penix. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. This is caught by Addison. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run here with Akers. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job here by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
Akers again. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 30 big ones.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. 6-0 our score after 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll go play action here with Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw again is Penix. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To the air, Penix. Able to push his way through. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
To the air with McCarthy. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 31. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. On play action, McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing is McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run again with Harris. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. They'll try and throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the shotgun, it's Penix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkins. On his way to touchdowns. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Here's Penix. That is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Completes this to Addison out left. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And this is caught at the 8. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And now once again, they'll line up to go for two.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll throw now on the final play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football.
Vikings 38, Falcons 20. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Falcons 20.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 70 yards. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A play fake. Now Penix. And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage. Turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
Running right through him.
Finding room at midfield.
He's still on his feet. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Penix. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That is caught inside the 5.
And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Robinson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Robinson again.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw with Penix.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's McCarthy.
Flushed out right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and
On play action, now McCarthy.
They'll roll him out right. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now McCarthy.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They work now on 2nd and 9. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. A dynamo since the break. 3 third-quarter touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
It's complete, and this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the...
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete.
With the passing passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
To throw again is Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They are going for it. Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. They'll throw with Penix. Open man is Duvernay.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
To the air, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They'll run with Robinson.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And it's caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. To the right side and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's Penix. That's complete to Mooney. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
Now Penix.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw with Penix.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
His pass caught at the 4. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
To the air with McCarthy.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Here we go now as they will again try for 2.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolute dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Vikings,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.